As we start off today, I just can't help but say thank you to our veterans. Thank you for serving. Thank you for giving us a land that is still free. Thank you for the sacrifices you've made for you, your families, and we remember those who definitely have lost it all by giving us our freedom. We can't thank you enough. And me saying thank you just isn't enough for all that you've served for us. So God bless you and watch over you, your families, your friends, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is the Mid-Atlantic Weather Outlook. This is Veterans Day. That's November 11th, 2015. Thought it'd be fun quickly to look back to the Veterans Day snowstorm that happened 28 years ago. I lived in Richmond, Virginia at the time. We had woken up. I actually was up really early. We had gone over a friend's house for a Bible study, and we were watching the rain had turned over to sleet while we were there, and we went to school. And by about 10 or 11 in the morning, we had started to go sleet and snow mixed. By the end of the day, we had about 4 inches of snow. Not really accumulating on the grass, anything other than the grass. It tried to accumulate on the roads sometimes when it got heavier. But it's crazy to get 4 inches of snow in early November in Richmond, but much more so up here in D.C. We had, at the time on our cable station, I lived in Richmond, we had a Fox 5 D.C. station. I was watching all the weather emergencies that were going on up there. It was pretty impressive. And basically what happened is we had a incredible trough here on the East Coast, and a low pressure system developed off the East Coast and rode up the coast and definitely slowed down. It was supposed to go out to sea, but it got trapped. So low started spinning and gave all types of moisture and plenty of cold air on the backside. A very unexpected event. I did meet people in subsequent years as I lived up in the D.C. area. One guy had to spend the night in his car, and he was trapped, and there was just no way to go. There was nobody moving whatsoever on the roads. For the western areas, got a lot less snow unless you were in the mountains, but eastern areas got up to a foot. But it became very wet, heavy, and surprising. So here's the deep low, the cutoff that actually held it back. So it just made it perfect for to set up a loft to hold that back, and nobody really was catching on to this. At the time, I guess the models just were not able to see it. And here's a quick look. It's very much zoomed in, but I mean, we could have expanded it out, even showing 4 inches down in Richmond. But you can see all the snow that happened in this strip here. I mean, look at this, 12, 17 inches. Crazy amounts of snow. Like I said, people were stranded in their cars. It was nuts. And you also see up in the mountains, they got quite a bit from the backlash here. Probably lake effect helping. So pretty wild to look back and show you that it does snow in November. But not for us this November, or at least so far. So what I want to do is this morning, we're going to set up a very powerful lee side low pressure system. Is not bombing, but it's growing rapidly, strengthening rapidly as it moves to the northeast. Colorado, I forget what these are called. I want to say it's a hooker or something like that. Colorado Four Corners area that it gets formed here, and then it moves up to the northeast. On the backside, a lot of wind. There's blizzard warnings in this area. Not a lot of snow in the lower elevations or the Denver metro area or even some of these areas in the plains. The low's moving pretty quick, but it is rapidly deepening, which is giving a lot of winds to snow and blowing it around. Denver's had a couple inches of snow this morning. Lots of reports of thunder and lightning with the snow. Kind of exciting if you're a snow lover like me. I'm sure it was cool to see, but the higher elevations have gotten a lot, and that's pretty cool to see. So then we can just go forward in time. The slow is deepening and moving northeast. And what does this mean? Well, you got this very strong front here. Talked about this last week about the potential for severe weather. It's definitely strong. Definitely a very good bet that there's going to be an outbreak somewhere here. Chance of tornadoes and things like that. Again, November is another season where our tornadoes are not unheard of. Severe weather season is like the second peak of the year. Transitions in weather. Then you have this moving to the northeast, and over us now, when we get into Thursday, you're seeing the warm front is moving through, or it's moved through here. Southerly winds are strong, a lot of energy. We should see some thunderstorms possibly even tomorrow morning due to this, as this front is just whipping along. And so there's instability and a lot of dynamics here that potentially could cause some thunderstorms even in the morning. So it moves on to the northeast fairly quickly, Eating a lot of counterclockwise low with a deep low of 988. It's pretty strong. It hasn't deepened much more than what it was, but it's just a strong low in general. There's a lot of winds on the back side, and so now we see that it's made it its way through, and we're getting some cold air to kind of filter into the region. It's going to take some time. But you can see little mountain snow with the trajectory off the lakes. It's going to be lake effect occurring, whether it be showers or snow, and so we'll see how much that actually occurs. So here we are after the fronts move through. We get this high pressure system, northerly winds. Should be one of the coolest air masses we've seen in the northeast, or the southeast, I should say. 30s and 40s and things of that nature here. But what I'm going to tell you is the flow is obviously fast. You saw how fast that low went all the way up here in just a few days. Well, it's going to move on out. High pressure systems over top of us. It's nice and pretty and sunny. And then it moves eastward. And then we start getting on the return flow. So the warmer air should return, but we do see another low coming out of here, out of the Rockies region. Again, probably causing them, not probably, I know they're going to get more snow out here in the Rockies. Rockies already seen the benefits of a different type of setup this year, weather-wise. And the flow here across the United States is pretty much zonal. It's moving from west to east. We're not getting much of any chances for true Arctic air to come down. Yes, we get our cold shots, but they're quick, they're transient. They're not true tapped Arctic air. So when the cold air comes, you can expect in a day or two for it to warm back up. And here we are with a low to our west, a high to our east. Now, it gives me a little bit of warning that there could be some cold air damming situation happening here again, where we set cold air get dammed up against the mountains. We saw that this weekend. I mean, there was Monday, it was only in the 40s most of the day for me up here in Northern Virginia, because that cold air got dammed up against the mountains, and it just looks like it's going to set up again. So, I mean, it's just a wash and repeat type of scenario. This low is a little further south here as it comes across, but wow, you can't help but see the repetitive pattern. What I would tell you in the long term, I am seeing that there's a few things that are important. One, we're definitely seeing that the southeastern part of the United States, there is not a persistent ridge anymore here. So even though things are coming across and cooling, we're not seeing a major warm-up or blocking warm-up. We should see warmer air, mild air. It's above normal, but it's not, that crazy hot like we saw last week. But we do stay above normal. I mean, here's a 6 to 10 day outlook. It's actually a pretty strong chance that we're going to stay above normal. I agree. I think we are in an above the normal time frame. You also see this cold air locked up here. There's a low up in this area. I mean, what we have is what's called a positive NAO, and that's a North Atlantic oscillation. That just does not bode well if you want cold Arctic air to invade the region. And I guess it's early. I'm just saying, if you are a cold lover, snow lover like myself, it's always fun to see. And here, even in the 8 to 14 day period, you can see that we're staying above normal. Pretty strong signs that we'll stay above normal in temperature. I will tell you that also above normal in precip pretty much the entire time, just because of the fast-moving lows. I mean, it's only a couple days between each one. It's going to rain tomorrow. It just rained yesterday, so I mean that's pretty fast-moving frontal systems. I can see that there's a little sign of something changing up here, but it's really just the position of this low, this vortex that's up here. Maybe providing us a chance for getting more normal temperatures towards the end of the month. Like, I'm thinking of Thanksgiving week, we could see some cooling. I'm not saying it's cooler, or it's not even to say it's really below normal. It just may not be so far above normal like we could see over the next couple of days. And that's it. Sorry it's so long. I'm going to try to cut these down to 5 minutes or less coming up. So thank you and have a good day.